Howdy y'all, Muglax Lives. I think it's time to play a little Better Than Wolves. Alright, so I didn't find my way home yet. Um I've got time to do it today too. I usually do this off camera because it takes so long. Um but I thought maybe we could see what we could do today. So I've already spent uh 10 minutes dying in the jungle, because it spawned me in the jungle, and I not only was it in the jungle, but it was also a new moon, so there was no light. And so got all the happy times of not being able to see and constantly listening to the gloom. And on top of that, the first time for the day, you start with full health and full saturation, or food, or whatever it's called. And, after you die, they give you two food, like you've accomplished something, and half health. And so I spent 7 straight deaths in the dark, um, punching blackness, because that makes for a fun time. I really hate the death mechanic in this. Especially now that it doesn't follow a set pattern you can figure out. It's just super, super annoying at this point. Is this water frozen? Yeah. Uh, that water's not, though. Oh, I hate dying in this game. I hate it so much. It takes so long to find anything. It used to be, so back in one of the earlier versions that I played a lot of, it was 1,000 blocks of spawn. That was the death cycle. And so you get like 5, 6 bases going, and you could, not necessarily have like all the things, but you'd have enough stuff to get started. Not get started, but to make a few extra tools, have some food supply going in each base, have paths between each base. Now I don't even know. I don't even know what the pattern is. I just spawn randomly all over the place in the world, and it's just super annoying. Maybe the number of blocks got extended. I don't know. Um, but it's really really rare for the first time I die and respawn in an area for me to land in an area where I can find my way home. And like I've said many times, if this were the only game I was playing and I didn't work almost 8 hours a day every day of the week, except the weekends, it'd be something. I could handle all of this nonsense. But this is difficulty for difficulty's sake, which is something I despise in a game. I don't mind it being difficult. Uh, but this is difficulty for difficulty's sake. It doesn't enhance my gameplay. It's what we're experiencing in the mod pack we're playing now as well. The group I play with on Sundays, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons and Space Shuttles, and I feel like that one is basically mods for mod's sakes, and it's not streamlined into a comprehensive package like it could be. Like, for the most part, Amphitech 2, which is my favorite mod pack of all times. I find that one nice and streamlined. Everything builds off of everything, so when you have to build a machine, chances are you're going to need that machine again. You know, and DDSS is like, oh, what's that? We had you build a machine. Well, you can store that now. You're not going to need it for at least never. You'll never need that machine again. We just had you make it because it was in the pack. Or they're like, this is how you do this thing. The end. And I find that annoying as well. Alright. Pretty handy finding all this sand around. This doesn't help. Just take my stuff away. I mean, isn't that the plan? Just take my stuff away. Obviously, you don't want me to have it back, so just take it away and let me spawn somewhere near my base. I think of the myriad times that I have died, I have only gotten back to find my stuff like, what, 3 times? That means 3 times I've died, I have spawned somewhere in an area I recognize, and then within slow walk distance of where I came from. That's why I've been building those roads, trying to find a path out so that when this happens, I can find my way home. No, we're reaching nighttime now, and I haven't found anything that looks like I've been here before. All right. So this would start the 10 minutes of standing in a hole, waiting for daylight. Wondering if I'm ever gonna find my way back to my stuff. Hoping that there's a path somewhere I'll come across that I recognize. What I'm probably gonna find is desert, right? Or that's not what I meant. All I'm probably gonna find is jungle. Because that's what I do. I didn't know. This is why I paused this. There's nothing for me to do. I I mean, at least I'm not dying from the gloom tonight, right? Let's see. What we do this week then? I guess we're talking about my week. Um, work, 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 work. Got the dog a new bed. I don't know. He seems to like it. I drug it down here today because I'm the only one home. He's laying in the middle of it. It's really weird. So my niece and nephew, they like Pokemon, and so Pokemon, and so the my nephew got my niece a he must be 4 feet tall Snorlax, and it was like a kit, so you had to buy stuffing to fill it with, and so they got this, basically a Snorlax bag and filled it with stuffing, and um, so once they finished filling it with stuffing and sewing it up, and then my niece got it for Christmas. Well, the dog just absolutely loves laying on top of it. Absolutely. Every time you see him, he's laying on top of this Snorlax, and I'm like, well, maybe we should get the dog a bed. And so my sister buys this. Um, oh, good, just what I need. Someone's gonna take me 100 years to kill. Because it gives me something to do though. And so she buys him this. Snorlax is like big and round, kind of. Oh, that died a little faster than I thought it would. And so the dog circles the middle of him and lays down on his stomach, and so she bought a square bed. Sometimes I wonder about her. And so he still prefers the Snorlax, and so I bought him a round bed that was fuzzy because the one she bought was not fuzzy like the Snorlax, and it wasn't round like the Snorlax, and it wasn't big like the Snorlax. So don't know why she thought that that would wean the dog off the Snorlax. Um, but he seems to prefer both, everything, just everything. He'll sleep on anything, I guess. Um, but this might be the longest he stayed in one spot when I bring him down into the basement. The animals here are like, I get that I'm not their person, right? Uh, but it drives me crazy when they bring the animals down here because they want to be upstairs, um, so they can wait and check and get into things and chew on things. You bring them down here, and all they want to do is keep going to the door, go to the door, go to the door. Well, the door is like down a hallway and up the stairs, so it's annoying, and they can't be trusted because they chew on things. So if this helps keep him here, that's awesome. Let's see. Playing some Cyberpunk. Um, Getting fairly close, I think. I've got about 70 hours into it now. Probably would have been longer, but I hadn't had a chance to play it this week too much. And then uh, last night, I'm playing it right twice now, only twice. Have the graphics not loaded on entities while I'm playing? And so it's weird. And I noticed it as soon as I logged in. I'm like, this is weird. The cars, some of the cars, not all the cars, just some of the cars look like gray shapes. And so uh, I guess I could have been digging out sand too. So I do this mission where I have to go to this hotel, and when I get to the hotel, it too is not loaded in. Like the building's there, but the front of the building is just this empty gray hole. And then as I approach the building, and I've never seen this before, only one time has a single person, and a single car not been loaded when I played, like the graphics. And so this is new. And so I go in and I do the stuff in the apartment, and I go out and I do the mission, and I get the next mission, and um, I'm in this quest line where it's very disjointed. I really I don't like open world. I just don't. I like an open linear. Let's go with that. I like a game with a storyline, and these games with mission-based stories don't work for me. Um, and I'm not saying you can't have missions in a game. What I'm saying is like there's nothing pushing me forward. Look, there's the jungle. I told you I was gonna run into the jungle. There's nothing pushing me forward in this particular set of missions, and I don't know how I got to where I'm at. And your character's a fix. No, it's your character. Your character's not a fixer. Your character is a mercenary who works for fixers. So a fixer is the person that people call to get things fixed, and then they hire you to do the actual grunt work, right? And so um, so the game isn't set up to have like you'd think that if you were this kind of mercenary that you'd have basically your agent is your fixer, right? Or your fixer is your agent, the person who gets you the jobs, the person who tells you about the jobs while you're busy doing the jobs, right? You're not the person who finds the job, someone else does that for you. Makes sense. Um, what doesn't make sense to me is that the city is split into sections. Every section is controlled by a different fixer. Um, and which doesn't make any sense. And I could understand, I guess, different fixers being responsible for different types of clientele. That would make sense. But I don't think a fixer is going to control every aspect of their section of the city. It doesn't make any sense to me. Uh, I have never given any thought before to fixers and mercenaries and things like that on this level, but in my head right now, while I'm talking about this, it doesn't make any sense that the same fixer that poor people call to get noisy neighbors removed would be the same person that the rich guys call. It doesn't make any sense because the fixers would charge way more if they worked for rich clientele. So the average person would never be able to hire them ever. That's the way it would work. So it doesn't. Yeah, the fixer system does not work for me. Especially when like nobody knows you or they do know you. I don't know. It's a little confusing. And you do a job, it goes wrong. Everyone thinks you're dead, but all the fixers will still work with you. Like, and they call you out of the blue. Like, hey, I see you're in my section. Uh, I'll have some jobs for you. Why? You don't know me. And so I wish there was a little more faction system to the game, I guess. There's no faction in the game. I think that's part of the problem I'm finding with the storyline is there's no faction in the game. You can do a mission where you kill every single Arasaka soldier in the city and then take a mission for Arasaka, you know? And it's not like one of those we have respect for you because you managed to pull this off. No, no. Like Arasaka soldiers should shoot me on sight at this point. Um, or like uh, I'm not sure what the deal is with the police. I've never done a mission against the police. I have killed a few because the mission demands it for some reason. Um, like like that was weird. Like I don't think I've ever had that necessarily happen before. Um, I just did a mission for the nomads, which are The Nomads. They're not the Nomads. That's a biker gang. For the, they're basically a biker gang. I don't remember what their title is. I can't think of what it is off the top of my head. And so they needed a kidney. It's a it's cyberpunk, right? So it's in the future. They have mechanical, artificial organs and stuff, and so they needed one for this guy, and he's gonna die without it. Uh, and so I said I'd do it because I've been working with this particular group for a while now, and so I said I'd do it. And I head over and I talk to the guy, and it's a setup. I got the kidney, and as soon as I got the kidney, the police show up uh, because they are collecting all not collecting they are arresting all of one of the I think they maybe are nomad gangs, but the gang I'm working for is not the gang that they're arresting some other two of the other groups, I think they said, but not the one that I'm working with. And so it didn't make any sense that they would bust me. um, I guess it was illegal medical technology, like the dude had stole it and was selling it to me, kind of thing. Um, Although it's weird because I don't think it would work that way. Why would the police have a sting to bust the person buying the kidney when they already have arrested the guy selling the kidney? You know, and so, anyways, that particular mission ended with me getting the kidney, and then the police show up. Well, I've got cybernetic legs that let me double jump. I don't know how that works, but I can double jump, and I can understand like cybernetic legs that let you jump higher. There is a set in there that allows you to charge them up and jump higher, but I took the ones that allow me to double jump. So I don't know how they let me double jump, but they do. So I'm a double jumper, and so man, I'm gonna starve to death again. I'm just walking, right? I mean, I have done very little anything. I haven't seen any territory that's something I've been to before. I've traveled a full day in one direction and have not reached a point. Yep. Whoops. Just wasted a slab. But yeah, so I didn't get a choice on running with the stuff. I had to kill the police, the quest said. So I did. But that's the first time I think I have had a mission where I directly attacked the police. But the police will just attack you on sight for some reason. Like, I haven't done anything. You're just driving down the road, and all of a sudden the police will be after you. Um, I know the game's glitchy, but I wish there was a faction system. It would definitely improve the game. I wish fixers were. I wish fixers were like factions that you had to work on. It would make more sense. Um, like I feel like the game should have started out with you having established. I mean, it does. You established a reputation with a fixer, and then that fixer is your fixer to start with, uh, which is not really the case. Oh no, that's not true. You do have fixer when you start, and then uh, that fixer only handles a certain level of cases. You don't even have to change the main storyline. Oh, that was a dog. I'm like, what is that noise? It's a dog snoring. Uh, and uh, and so then you could be like, the reason you take the job you do to start the main storyline in the game is because no one else would take it, and you want to increase your street cred because street cred is a thing that you earn in the game, but it's dumb and it's the only thing it does, as far as I can tell. The only thing street cred allows you to do is to purchase things from shops. Uh, Certain things are locked out until you have enough street cred, which doesn't make any sense. I mean, it could make sense if they seemed like black market goods, but they're they don't appear to be. They're just the same thing as what you could get before, just a slightly more powerful version. So they're not black market. They're just better. So I don't know why that's behind street cred. Oh yeah, I'll sell you a gun, but I'm not going to sell you this other gun that I have that's perfectly legal to have because you don't have enough street cred to buy this gun from me. Uh, what? Like, here's black market Arasaka, special guns that you can only get. There's a law in Night City that you can only have this level of. None of that's in the game, right? There's not a reason to have a street cred system blocking you uh, from getting the weapons. Nobody cares if you have them after you buy them. It's not like you have to hide them. So I don't understand the street cred system. I don't understand the fixer system. Why do you have more? Why is there more than one if none of it matters? I don't get it. Well, I'm about to die here. Yep. And obviously I did not find my way home. And I have to assume they're going to start me all the way back where I started when it got daytime. So, uh, I I guess I'll wait until I die here so we can see. Blow me up. Oh no, look, daytime in the snow. So I'm gonna continue trying to find my way home, I guess, for a little bit more here before I get tired of playing the game. And although I'm getting there, because it's been a long time. Uh, but yeah, this is why I don't. This is why I don't do my recovery from deaths on camera. What is that? Oh, it's a sheep. That's sheep. I didn't know what I was looking at. All right, with that, be better than small things, lean in the light. I will talk to you later.